Hey guys, so we're back again for another stocks by request, and this is one of the most requested stocks, also, especially by people from our Patreon community. I remember Mary Rose Tidoro asking for Pure Gold, and I'm gonna structure this video into four parts. Number one, Pure Gold, I want to talk about what the news item is. Number two, Pure Gold, we're gonna talk about its relation to the fundamental analysis portion of the disclosure that they did. Number three, we're gonna talk about today's stock price of Pure Gold. And number four, we're going to show you and talk about the charts. Because as I all know, most of you love technical analysis. And as you know me, I love technical analysis also because one look at the charts, it gives you perspective also of how you can trade the markets with confidence. It gives you perspective on how you can analyze it and how you can win and how you can perceive things, no, not just by guessing, not just by listening to friends, not just by uh, looking for picks or tips or anything else in between, but it gives you a perspective of what you're supposed to do. Because technical analysis, I really believe, is one of the greatest equalizers for people like you and me who are trading the markets from your house. That it gives you also a level of detail that you get to look at it and analyze it just by looking at the chart. So, by the way, before I continue, my name is Marvin Germo. Please, 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 I'm a stock market trader and investor. I've been doing this for quite some time already. Been doing this for more than a decade. And as I analyze the stock, and though it sounds cool, it looks cool to analyze it from a technical analysis point of view, please do not buy it just because it's talked about here. Do not sell it also just because it's talked about here. Do not hold or do not avoid. Do not do any action just because it's talked about here. This is for informational purposes. The main goal of this is for you to learn and see how I strategize, how my principles are, how I think, how I nitpick a stock, and how do I go through whatever news is there. But ultimately, please decide on your own, study on your own. You need to build a firm decision before you're buying and selling a stock. Never, ever, 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 ever buy a stock just because someone from YouTube is talking about it. Your money, your responsibility. You have to have your due diligence when you start investing in the market. The worst thing that you could ever do is buy something just because it's talked about. Never ever do that. You will win when you build a skill. You will win when you don't rely on tips. Anyways, the news disclosure basically is, as you all know, it's already earnings season. Pure Gold is one of the early ones also that has given out their earnings along with other companies. But Pure Gold's disclosure for the third quarter was that their earnings were lower by 4%. Please do note that they were still earning. And one of the reasons mainly that their earnings were relatively lower, in my opinion, if you try to analyze it, everyone has gone back to somehow a sense of normalcy, meaning as they started to ease lockdown restrictions, dati April, everyone was stockpiling, buying stuff in the groceries. People were trying to get as much to get them by. People were buying a lot of items in the grocery to cook. But now, since there's a better shot already of going out, even me, no, just to share, over the past few weeks also, we've been getting more deliveries because we've at the end of the day, it's still more convenient to eat na lang than to chop, to cook, and then to clean everything. And I think because of this certain shift of going back to somehow a sense of normalcy, it has affected people who are going into the groceries. And that's why even tonight, we ate burgers. We ordered burgers. Hulaan nyo, comment below if you know me what type of burgers that were, what brand of burgers they were. But April, since everything was shut down, you had no opportunity. Eh. But now, because there's more and more and more and more and more and more and more businesses opening up, the opportunities to spend are more, which is good in essence, in a way for the economy because businesses get to earn again, people get to have their jobs back again. It may not be where it was before, but at least it's much much better than what it was 6 months ago. And I maintain my stand also still that we are at a much much better position than where we were 6 months ago. The worst we will ever be GDP wise was when 90% of the economy was locked down. Anyways, to continue, I wanna note this that their net income from for the third quarter of the year was 1.65 billion Comparing it from a year ago, third quarter 2019, it was 1.73. But please note that a lot of the companies are not earning this year. Some of them massively down. For Pure Gold, it's just 4% lower, 1.73 Q3 2019, 1.65 Q3 2020. Uh, what else would I like to what else would I like to check? On a 9-month period, the net income of Pure Gold went up by 11% to 5.05 billion. Then 20% earnings growth was recorded in the first 6 months of the year. Their sales, year-to-date sales are up by 10%, which is at 121.14 billion pesos. Again, the primary driver of the growth that you will see for Pure Gold is primarily a grocery slash supermarket play, which at the end of the day is still their Pure Gold supermarkets and also their SNR. SNR caters to their more high-end portion, then Pure Gold caters to a broad range of the Philippine population. So I think that's where we are when we've segmented in terms of income. Quarter to quarter basis, 2019 versus 2020, it's lower. But from a 9-month period, the income of Pure Gold rose pretty much also because when we were at the height of the lockdown, people were stockpiling grocery items. So that's where we are from the news and the fundamental point of view for Pure Gold. From a price point today, please do note that Pure Gold stock price dropped to 41.15 pesos per share. It's down 0.24%. Value turnover is relatively high at 153 million pesos. Please do note that the value turnover for the day is around 6 billion pesos. Also note that a lot of the stocks that we mentioned in the video prior to this were somewhat around the 100 plus million, and they were considered already high value turnover also for the day. So from a tech point of view, I've been very consistent on this that the upward push here, as you can see the left side of the screen, from March got broken already sometime August. So we're 2 months away already from the breakage of the upward trend for at least for for Pure Gold. And because of that, also we've seen it start to move down. It somehow, though, for the past few days, started to consolidate right here, with the support at the 41 peso level and a short-term resistance here at the 44 level. So the downward push is still not uh, done. Please do note that if 41.14 does not hold, then there's a possibility that we could actually see Pure Gold slide much lower. So if 41.14 does not hold, this downward progression may bring Pure Gold to around maybe 37.58 pesos per share for the short term, as this is its downward progression. So failure to hold 41.14. Next possible support is 37.5. The upward trend that started in March is broken. It's now currently in a 1 plus or 2 plus, around 2 month downtrend. If 41.14 does not hold, 37.58 is the next support. Bounce from 41 will bring it to 44. But rest assured, I'm going to update you. I'm going to give you as much insight and value into all of this as possible. So that's where it is. That's where we are right now in terms of the news item. Income, third quarter, lower than last year. 9 months, better than last year, but pretty much because of the large amounts of sales that it generated because of the lockdown. But pretty much also, no, I'll say this, in this new normal, Pure Gold is still a fundamentally sound company. Pure Gold also is, if you want to pick it up, of course, you have to base it on what valuations appeal to you. I just want to note this also that from its highest, which is around 54 here, it's already down somewhere around 23.8%. And if you'll allow me to zoom out here, the highest that it has been, no, it was pretty much there already in its all-time high. So I'm not I'm not saying that I'm not saying it's gonna rebound right up, but what's very, very important is you have to define your rules on what you want, where and what will be your conditions for buying it. But it's very, very clear if it does not break this downward trend, the downward push to 37.5 is possible. But if it bounces the 41.14 level, then it has a shot to go back to 44 over the short term. This short downward, this short range is around 6.7%, but from this area going back here, it's around 30 plus percent upside should it go back to the 54 level. So 41 to 54, that's your 31%. 41 to 44, that's your 7% upside. So that's where it is. That's the news. That's the price action for the day. That's bits and pieces of the fundamentals, and that's the technicals. So if you want more, I don't know, analysis like this where we go full circle and talk about news, price action, fundamentals, technicals, and then just go to a deep dive for certain stocks, slide a DM via Instagram, or like Mary Rose Teodoro, message me via Patreon, or be part of our YouTube community. And yun, if you guys are stayed up until this point, press the like button. It helps in the YouTube algorithm. Comment Puregold also just because naabutan itong portion na to and you just really want to support the channel. And I don't know if you notice it, this is our fourth video for the day. I rarely do 4 videos, but I don't know. I think I'll be busy also. So the next few days, so I don't know if I'll be able to do a lot of the videos. So I'm just taking this time to make as much and give as much value to all of you as possible. So there, my voice again. This is coming out 11 something. So as this is coming out 11 something, I hope you watch the video 10:30 stocks by request. Then I hope you watch the video 8 p.m. Real estate Carl D. Then I hope you watch the other video 5 p.m. where we talked about, we analyzed, should you go all in and put all of your money in the stock market, all in, todo bati. So that's it for now. I need to rest my voice. It's a bit tired already. But I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. Marvin Gurmo. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.